Listen carefully to my voice, for this is not just any message and not something to take lightly. You will regret it tomorrow if you dismiss my words before hearing them all. I do not say this to fill you with fear, but to warn you with love, just like a father who sees a storm coming while his daughter sleeps peacefully, unaware of the danger ahead. Tomorrow is not just another day. Don't believe that things will always stay the same. Many have told you that something is about to happen, that the rapture is near, that the day of the Lord is coming. While I do not reveal the exact time, because only my Father knows it, I give you signs, warnings, calls, and mercy because I love you and don't want you to be lost in the distractions of the world. Listen with all your heart. I speak to you not in anger or judgment, but from a place of infinite patience, having waited for you day after day. I have seen your struggles, your falls, your secret thoughts, your tears when no one was around. I speak to you not to bring fear, but to set you free. The fear that I bring is not the kind that paralyzes you. It is reverent, holy fear that leads to wisdom, not to despair. If something within you shakes when you hear these words, don't run away. A trembling may be the start of your awakening. You've searched in many places for peace, for purpose, for something to fill the emptiness inside, but nothing has satisfied you. And here I am again, knocking on your door. How many more times will you leave me waiting? How many more times will you silence my voice with distractions, excuses, and the pressures of this world that pull you away from what's eternal? Today I speak to you because there is still time. Today I speak to you because my arms are still open wide for you. Today I speak to you because if you let this moment slip by, if you ignore this message, tomorrow you may look back with regret and ask, why didn't I listen when he called me? This message is not a coincidence. I placed it in front of you myself. Don't believe for a second that you are here by accident. It was not just a random chance. I ordered your steps, guided your path, and opened this moment of opportunity to reach you, because I love you with an eternal love, because I have plans for you, because your soul belongs to me, and I do not want it to be lost. Every word you hear now is like a seed that can grow and bear fruit if you keep it in your heart and allow it to grow through repentance, prayer, humility, and faith. But if you ignore this voice, if you treat it as something insignificant, you risk hardening your heart again, and perhaps tomorrow you won't feel the same desire to return. I want you to understand that the enemy of your soul is active. He wants you distracted, to press pause on this message, to ignore it, to think, I'll finish it later, but do not skip it. This is crucial for you. You don't know if this is your last warning, your final chance. The world will tell you that everything is fine, that there's no need to worry, that you still have time. But I, the one who searches hearts and knows the times, am telling you to prepare. Wake up from your spiritual sleep, straighten your ways, and return to me while I can still be found. I do not want you to live in fear, but in truth. I do not want you to be filled with anxiety, but with hope. But true hope comes only when you are prepared. You cannot wait with joy if your soul is asleep. That is why I speak to you today with clear words, with urgency, and with love that calls out from the deepest parts of my being, like a father who sees his daughter heading into danger and shouts, not out of anger, but out of love. Don't you see that if I speak to you like this, it's because I care for you? That if I insist, it's because I want to see you free, clothed in light, spotless, and ready for the glorious meeting with your Lord. There is a place prepared for you, an eternity of peace, joy, and communion. But not everyone will enter, only those whose names are written in the book of life, only those who have washed their robes in the blood of the Lamb, and I want you to be there. So listen to me. Do not close this message. Do not think you already know enough. Do not say, "I've heard this before." Every word you hear is new because it is alive. It is my Spirit speaking to you in this moment. Stay, listen until the end, because there is still much more I need to tell you, and every part is important. Do not skip ahead. What comes next is for your soul and your eternity. If you are still here listening, you've made a good choice. I have placed the desire to continue in you because I know your soul needs these words, not as simple human advice, but as bread from heaven. You are not here by accident. I have brought you to this moment. I have prepared this pause in your day to speak directly to your heart. And if you listen to me, if you pay attention with humility, what you will receive won't just be knowledge, but transformation. Now is not the time for half-hearted living. It is not the time for a shallow faith. What is coming upon the world will not be easy. Those who have no roots, no oil, no armor will fall victim to deception. I want you to stand firm, awake, and real, like a lamp burning brightly when the night comes. And now, listen closely. I speak to you clearly. Remove from your life everything that makes you small. You were not created to live weighed down by burdens I never meant for you to carry. Do not let the desires of this world drown out your eternal purpose. Greed, even when it looks like success or comfort, is just another form of slavery. It reflects a constant need for approval, a thirst to be noticed, admired, and celebrated, but that will never satisfy your soul. Look at everything you own. Look at it honestly. Ask yourself, does this serve me or does it control me? Because often it's not the object itself that weighs you down, but the space it takes in your heart. I call you to give. Give what you do not need. Give without fear, without looking for praise. Give because the act of giving purifies your soul. When you give with a clean heart, without seeking recognition or attention, you are sowing in heaven, and that seed will bear eternal fruit. Help those who need what you already have, and when you give, do it in silence. Let your left hand not know what your right hand is doing. You don't need the world to see it. I see it. I reward it. And the joy that comes when you give from love is sweeter than any praise from people. Speak the truth with kindness. Don't hide behind excuses. Don't try to justify what you know is wrong. You have heard my voice before, the quiet conviction inside that told you when you lied, when you avoided the truth, or when you stayed silent because you were afraid of discomfort. But truth spoken in love opens doors. Truth is light, and light, though it may sometimes hurt, heals. When you keep quiet about what should be said out of love, you close paths. But when you speak with grace, even if your voice shakes, even if you don't know how your words will be received, my Spirit will be with you, and it will bear fruit. I also tell you, be a light for those who are suffering. You cannot live only for yourself. You cannot go through life only looking at your own reflection. Look around. There are many who are broken, lonely, and confused. There are people crying tonight, not knowing who to turn to. It could be that neighbor who is always alone, that single mother struggling to carry too much, or the person nearby who hasn't had a hug at the end of the day. Feed the hungry, not just with food, but with kindness, Sit with someone who is crying. Listen without judgment. Extend your hand. Offer comfort to the heart in need. I value small acts of kindness more than grand speeches. Every time you do this, it is not just a human act. It is love in action, and I am love. Do not measure your life by the world's schedule or its rushing clock. What seems urgent to others may not be what is most important to me. The greatest need of someone around you may not be food or shelter, but simply to be seen, to be heard, and to be reminded that they are valuable. Be brave enough to understand this. Open your spiritual eyes. Ask me to show you who you can touch with my love today. And listen to this warning. Do not trade your soul for comfort. Yes, comfort has its place. I give rest to my children. I am their refuge. But there is a false comfort that numbs you, that traps you, and that puts out the flame of your spirit. That comfort which comes at the cost of your integrity, at the price of silencing what you know is true, of choosing peace on the outside while your soul stirs with unrest on the inside. This comfort is disguised poison. If you find yourself living with two faces, one that you show the world and another that you hide away, stop. Do not continue living this way. I do not want your outward appearance. I want your truth. Let your public life match the truth of your private life. If you've made small compromises, those things you thought didn't matter, go back and fix them. Character is built in the unseen moments, in the small decisions. Be faithful when no one is watching. Do what is right when it seems unimportant. Show kindness even if no one acknowledges it. Stand for the truth even if it leaves you alone. And now, I ask something more of you. Return to prayer, but not just to speak, also to listen. Be honest with me. Tell me how you really feel. Use your words, even if they're not perfect. I understand your sighs, your tears, and your silence. But after you speak, be still. Be quiet. Wait, because I want to speak to you as well, not just through messages like this, but within you, in the gentle whisper, in the living word, in the guidance that my spirit gives when your soul is at peace. Do not rush through prayer. Do not treat it like a duty to be completed. Approach it as a sacred conversation. I hear you, and I respond, not always how you expect, but always with truth. And every time you pray, you are strengthening the most important relationship of your life, your relationship with me. This message doesn't end here. There's more I must tell you, but you are already starting to see that this is not an empty warning. It is a call to live fully, to wake up, to love deeply, to cleanse your soul, to prepare yourself. I have not finished speaking to you. You have kept going, and that matters in heaven. Some things must be said clearly, without distractions or empty words. Too much time has been spent hiding behind appearances, committing to what seems holy but has lost its fire. This is not the time to keep pretending or to hold on to things that are meant to fall. I speak because the moment calls for it. Many will not be ready, not because they were not warned, but because they ignored the voice that called out in the quiet of their days. Everything that seemed solid in this world is beginning to shake. The systems that once seemed secure, the voices that claimed to know the truth, the governments that promised stability, the leaders who assured a better tomorrow one by one, they are being exposed. Nothing in this world is permanent. Nothing stands outside of me. Those who place their trust in what is visible, in what they can touch, will be like the one who built their house on sand, sure of it until the storm came. and then it was too late to rebuild. Do not place your hope in human systems, in your own plans, or in what the world calls success. Open your eyes. Everything is being shaken. If everything external falls apart, where will your foundation be? Preparation doesn't begin on the outside. It starts in the unseen, deep within, where only you and I know what is there. It's in that space where character is formed, where it is shown whether your faith is real or just a tradition. The times we are living in require deep roots. Superficial faith will no longer be enough. That's why I speak to you with urgency. I want you to look at your life with honesty. Examine your heart, not with fear, but with truth. Ask yourself if you are carrying burdens I did not give you. Things that make you smaller in spirit, that shrink you from the inside out, even if everything seems fine on the outside. Pride, jealousy, bitterness, a sense of self-importance, the desire to always be right rather than seek peace, these are weights, and you were not meant to carry them. Greed must also be removed. That quiet form of idolatry that hides behind goals, hard work, and ambition, but is really just a hunger to be seen, admired, and to gather more, as if more would make you full. Look at your possessions, not just the material ones, but your habits, your titles, your routines. Ask yourself, does this serve me or does it control me? Does it help me grow in truth, or does it only fill a space meant for something eternal? There is joy in letting go. There is freedom in releasing what isn't needed. It's not about emptying yourself for no reason, but about making room for what truly matters. Give. And when you give, do it quietly. Charity without fanfare is what touches my heart. I do not need others to witness your goodness. I see everything, and every hidden act of generosity rises before me like incense. Be honest with yourself. Do not hide behind sweet words or clever excuses. Call evil what it is, but do so without passing judgment. Truth spoken with compassion has power. Keeping it silent out of fear of losing approval only closes doors that I want to open. Your voice has a purpose, not to condemn, but to heal. Do not use it as a weapon to hurt others, nor as a shield to protect your mistakes. Use your voice as an instrument of peace, justice, and hope. There are people walking beside you every day, filled with fear and brokenness inside. Some have lost the strength to ask for help, and others have learned to live with their pain. Do not ignore their tears. Do not look away when suffering is nearby. Do not say, "It's not my problem." Everything you do for one of them, you do for me. Feed, listen, comfort, embrace, and intercede. You don't need a lot of resources, just a willing heart. It's the small gestures, the quiet acts, the moments of unexpected kindness that fill heaven with joy. Don't let the rush of the world make you forget what truly matters. The plans of man rarely align with mine. While everyone runs, I walk. While many celebrate speed, I value consistency. The hurting soul that finds comfort in your presence may be receiving the only act of love they get that day. Do not overlook these sacred moments. They are found in the everyday, in what seems insignificant. And remember this: integrity is non-negotiable. Do not sell your soul for comfort. The temptation to take the easy way will be strong. Shortcuts will appear, convenient excuses, words that sound good but destroy from within. But every comfort that demands you give up your truth is stealing from you. The cost may not be obvious right away, but over time, you will feel something important is lost. And when that happens, you will remember these words. Authenticity will not always be popular. Goodness will not always receive praise. Sometimes, choosing what is right will feel like you are walking alone, but it is on that path where you will truly find me. It is there that you will realize you are not alone, but supported. And every time you choose to honor me in private, even when it costs you, you are building a foundation that will not crumble when the storm arrives. Return to communion with me, not out of duty, but out of sincere desire. You do not need perfect words. Speak to me as though you are sitting with your closest friend, and then be silent. Allow my peace to speak to you. Let my spirit remind you of who you truly are. Prayer is not a ritual to complete. It is a place where you come home. And in that sacred space, I will heal what has been broken, refresh what has grown weary, and confirm what seemed uncertain. This is not just spiritual theory. It is real preparation. The day is near, though no one knows the exact time. Those who are awake, steady, and pure in their walk will be ready when the trumpet calls. But there is more you must understand. The soul that has learned to be still, away from the noise, begins to see with a clarity that cannot be found on wide paths. Everything that has passed through the fire of truth shines with a unique light. There is no confusion where constant communion with the eternal exists. I have been guiding your steps even when you thought you were walking alone. Not all pain was punishment, and not all loss was because I forgot you. Some things were taken away because they were holding you back from growing. Others simply no longer belong to the new season that is coming. I have closed doors that you begged to stay open, not out of cruelty, but out of care. How could you move forward if your soul was still tied to the past? I allowed silences to teach you to listen to what the world cannot say. I allowed emptiness to drive you to seek beyond yourself. Nothing has been random. Every season in your life had a purpose that you will fully understand in time. But now it is time to look ahead without carrying the weight of the past. There are choices you can no longer put off. The time you are in calls for clear, bold decisions. You cannot keep moving forward with a divided mind, torn between two thoughts, unsure of which way to go. Lukewarmness has no place in what I am doing. I am separating, purifying, aligning, and revealing everything that has been hidden, because the hidden cannot stay without consequences. The truth, even if it stings at first, is healing. Do not be afraid to see it. Do not be afraid to face it. I have given you the grace to do what you need to do now. This is not a time to remain passive. Spiritual laziness is dangerous. Many have fallen, not because of major sins, but because of quiet neglect. They drifted away slowly, not noticing the moment when they stopped listening. They grew used to living without direction, to walking without presence. On the outside, everything seemed fine, but on the inside, they became dry and empty. Do not let that happen to you. I did not come to give you religious routines. I came to light a fire that burns away everything false. What you do in secret matters more than what you show in public. The struggles you face alone, the choices you make when no one is watching, the thoughts you hold when the world sleeps, those are what shape your soul. It is not about outward appearances, but inner honesty. What you are when no one expects anything from you, that is what you are truly building. Do not fall into self-pity. Do not believe the lie that you are too far gone to return, or that your mistakes have ruined your story. Every day offers a new door. Every moment can be a fresh start if your heart is open. I do not expect immediate perfection. I work with sincerity, and where there is sincerity, there is change. The wounds you allow, the areas you admit need help, the habits you face, these are the places where my work begins. Stop waiting for everything around you to change before you decide to move forward. Change does not depend on your surroundings. It depends on your willingness. True transformation begins when you realize that what you carry inside cannot stay as it is. A soul willing to be shaped does not need perfect conditions, just surrender. A surrendered heart is not weak, it is strong, because it has chosen to trust in what cannot be seen more than in what is obvious. Do not underestimate the impact you have. You are not here by accident. There are people along your path who have been entrusted to you. Not all of them will speak to you, and not all will understand you, but many are watching you and, even without knowing it, are being nourished by the fruit you bear. When you choose to live with integrity, when you do what is right even when no one is looking, you are planting seeds that others will eventually gather. Your life is a testimony. Even when you are silent, you are not asked to be perfect or without failure, but to be faithful and without pretending. Rise every time you fall, but don't get used to stumbling over the same thing. Recognize your patterns. See clearly the chains that continue to trap you. Some things won't change until you face them with real determination, without excuses, and without allowing them more time. What you allow in secret will eventually be seen in the open. There are no chains that cannot be broken, but they must be brought into the light in order to lose their power. I have reached out to you again and again, not to accuse, but to restore. I care about every part of you, even the parts you've tried to hide. There is no corner of your soul that is unknown to me. And instead of this being something to feel ashamed of, it should be your greatest assurance. If I know everything about you and still love you deeply, then there is no need for you to hide. I want you to walk without fear, but with wisdom. Don't confuse peace with being indifferent. True peace is not the same as passivity, but it is strength in the middle of chaos. It is being grounded while everything around you shakes. This kind of peace can only be carried by those who have been shaped in the quiet, who have allowed their souls to be refined in private. It is not formed in the crowds, but in the wilderness. Many of those I have called have been led through hard paths, not to punish them, but to prepare them. There is an urgency in the spirit, even though the body may not feel it. A moment is coming when the veil will be lifted, and everything that has been planted will begin to bear fruit, either for good or for judgment. You still have time, but not to hide. You have time to come forward with truth. Not to impress, but to surrender. Not to keep repeating the same things, but to allow something entirely new to be born from within. If you are hearing these words, it is not by chance or out of curiosity. It is because I have chosen this moment to reach you with clarity, with purpose, and with direction. There is more for you to hear. There are still things that need to be broken before the truth can grow freely. Time has not run out, but it will not go backward. Listen closely to my voice, for this is not an ordinary message, nor something to take lightly. If you leave this message before it is finished, you will cry tomorrow. And I say this not to scare you, but to alert you with love, just like a father who sees the storm approaching while his daughter sleeps, unaware of what is coming. Tomorrow is not just another day. Do not think everything will always stay the same. You have heard many say that something is about to happen, that the rapture could be near, that the day of the Lord is drawing closer. While I do not reveal the exact time, because only my Father knows it, I do give you signs, warnings, calls, time, and mercy because I love you and do not want you to be lost in the distractions of the world. Listen with all your heart. I do not speak to you in anger or judgment, but from a place of endless patience that has waited for you day after day. I have seen your struggles, your downfalls, your hidden thoughts, and your tears that no one else saw. I do not speak to you to make you feel anxious, but to set you free. I am not the source of the fear that traps you. It does not come from me. I am your refuge, your solid rock, your salvation. The fear that comes from me is a holy fear, one that leads to wisdom, not despair. If something inside you trembles when you hear these words, do not run away. That trembling may be the start of your awakening. You have searched in many places for peace, for purpose, trying to fill the emptiness that nothing and no one has been able to fill. And here I am once again, knocking on your door. How many more times will you leave me waiting? How many more times will you silence my voice with distractions, excuses, or the rush of this world that pulls you away from the eternal? Today I speak to you because there is still time. Today I speak to you because my arms are still open to you. Today I speak to you because if you let this moment pass, if you treat this message as something unimportant, tomorrow you might look back with regret and ask, why didn't I listen when he called me? I am giving you this message not by chance, but because I have placed it before you myself. Do not think that you are here by mistake. It is not a simple coincidence. I have ordered your steps, guided your path, and opened this window of opportunity to reach you because I love you with an eternal love. I have plans for you. Your soul belongs to me, and I do not want it to be lost. Every word you receive now is like a seed that can grow if you keep it in your heart and let it grow through repentance, prayer, humility, and faith. But if you ignore this voice, if you treat it as something trivial, you risk hardening your heart again, and maybe tomorrow you won't feel the desire to return. I want you to understand that your enemy is active. He wants you distracted, busy, to put this message on pause, to ignore it, to say, I'll finish it later. But do not skip it. This is important for you. You don't know if this is your last warning, your final opportunity. The world tells you everything is fine, that there is no need to worry, that you still have time. But I, the one who searches hearts and knows the times, tell you, prepare yourself, wake up from your spiritual sleep, straighten your ways and return to me while you can still find me. I do not want you to live in fear, but in truth. I do not want you to be filled with anxiety, but with hope. But you cannot have true hope without being prepared. You cannot wait in joy if your soul is asleep. That is why I speak to you today with clear words, with urgency, and with love that comes from the deepest part of my being, like a father who sees his daughter walking toward danger and shouts, not out of anger, but out of love. Don't you see that if I speak to you like this, it's because I care for you? If I keep insisting, it's because I want you to be free, to be clothed in light, without spot, and ready for the glorious meeting with your Lord.